Hey friends, my name is Aranka Cole and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we are doing Vlogmas content until December 24th, and y'all, we are almost there. I am super proud of myself for continuing to record even on days where I haven't quite felt like it. I am still showing up, and for that I deserve a pat on the back. So pat on the back. And for those who are like, do you want a cookie? Yeah, I do. I like oatmeal raisin with like chocolate chip, okay? But let's get into today's content. Now, in one of the previous videos that we published this week, I think it was today's day 20. So on day 18, we talked about doing a year-end review. Why? Because in order for us to go ahead and move forward and manifest, we have to take a look at what went well or didn't go so well in the previous year. So for 2023, I did share about 20 different questions that you should be asking yourself for your year-end review. And if you ask yourself more, I love that. If you did go ahead and make your purchase of the Dream Life Workbook, also, I love that for you. Definitely complete that as well. But today we're talking about the things that we want to manifest and the things that we want to do in 2024. Okay, so one of my favorite habits for these 7 habits of highly successful people is begin with the end in mind. And I was driving today and I was like, why don't I actually apply that to my entire life, right? Or even my goal setting for the year. So that's actually exactly what I did. I decided to begin with what I want to end 2024 with, so that way I can be that much more specific with what it is that I am looking to manifest. So that is what I would like to encourage you all to do. And as you're going ahead and taking a look at where you want to end, don't just think about things career-wise. Also take a look at your finances. Take a look at your relationships, not just with work people, but with your spouse, with your friends, with your children, with your parents, your family, etc. Like, how do you want to end that? Because I know that some years can be really, really big on these relationships. Take a look at where you want to be personally, like how you want to feel. One of the overarching themes for me, goodness gracious, my stuff about to fall down. One of the and I'm gonna leave this in too. One of the overarching themes for me this year has been really focusing on okay, I feel like that's better. I feel like we're in good. Has been surrounding happiness and joy. And I just felt like I just could not find my happy spot this year. I could not remember what the source of joy should be. And because of that like one of my 2024 things that I'm looking to manifest is and I'm looking at my computer right here so that you all see it, so it doesn't look like I'm just like looking into some abyss. But one of the things that I plan to end 2024 in with is I'm happier with myself, my life, my everything, because I had a moment to get in alignment. So I'm going to share with you what my 2024 manifestation goals are. And they are very personal, but let's be real here. That is my brand. Let's get personal, let's get real, let's not just fill it up with fluff. So in 2024, I lost 150 pounds through eating a more plant-based diet and moving my body daily. I earned more than $250,000 by monetizing my content, teaching classes, coaching, and more. I contributed to charities and tithed regularly. I worked 4-day work weeks successfully. I created a mindfulness routine that allowed me to be more present in all aspects of my life. I got out of debt and have saved $20,000 for a rainy day. I traveled out of the country with my family since everyone has their passports. I'm happier with myself, my life, my everything because I had a moment to get into alignment. I didn't get overwhelmed or lost in my goals because I stayed focused using Notion. And if you're like, what's Notion? Notion is, Notion.so is one of my favorite organization systems. I'll talk more about that a little bit later. I grew my YouTube channel through consistent posting and upgrading my camera. Yeah, I really do want to upgrade my camera. So these are some specific goals. Now, also included in those are micro goals, or micro manifestations is what I'm calling them. And so what do I mean by that? So one thing, health wise, again, very, very personal, but again, that is what we do here because I want to remove the taboo from being taboo, is health wise. So for example, I have on here that I want to lose 150 pounds through eating a more plant-based diet and moving my body daily, right? And I found out this year that I am borderline pre-diabetic again. It doesn't really affect me. Like, I have a whole lot of energy. The last time that this happened, I was in 2019. But I'm predisposed for being type 2 diabetic. It runs in my family. My dad, who walks like between 10 to 15 miles a day, is also diabetic. So it's not something that has to do with the fact that I am overweight before fat shamers come and say something. It has more to do with what I'm genetically predisposed to. So for me, naturally, one of the side effects for losing the weight, but also being more plant-based and having that much more attention to detail of what I'm putting into my body and how I'm moving my body, is going to positively impact even something that I'm genetically predisposed for. So for me, that is a micro manifestation, right? Because my greater goal is going to affect that as well. So yes, so begin with your end in mind for 2024. Some other things to take a look at and to consider. We talked about last year, right? We deep dove into those 20 questions for last year. One of the things that I did not touch on with this last video was what are some habits that you created this year that helped you to succeed, that you want to take into your next year? That's one of the questions that is inside of this Dream Life workbook, which I absolutely love. And so one of the things that I do think that I did a great job with was in networking and making asks, right? So typically in the past, I just haven't asked for the things that I wanted. And because I didn't ask for the things that I wanted, naturally, I didn't get them. So I cannot be surprised when I don't receive or don't reap the benefit for something that I never asked for. I also said yes to the things that I normally would have said no to. When I turned 40, someone made the suggestion that I go ahead and have a yes year, but not yes in the sense of just saying yes to arbitrary things that I wouldn't normally say no to, but more about saying yes to the things that would help me achieve my goals that I had been saying no to, right? So I started saying yes to those things. So one of the patterns that I saw this year that hindered my growth was I stopped, I was looking to others to save me. And it sounds kind of crazy when I say it aloud and even writing it out, because it's like, why would I look to someone else to save me? It's not anyone else's job. And towards the end of this year, I literally kept repeating to myself, like, nobody is going to save you, right? You've got to save yourself. And I think that because I felt betrayed by my body because I had to have this mastectomy and all of that came along with it, I just wanted somebody else to kind of help me out. I wanted somebody else to do the work for me. I wanted somebody else to fill in the gaps of the things that I just didn't have the energy to do so that they could still be done this year versus having to kind of put some things on hold as I prioritize my health, my wellness, my longevity. And I will no longer do that. Why? Because even though I definitely recognize a lot of greatness in people, no one is going to take care of you the way that you take care of yourself. No one is going to advocate for you the way that you advocate for yourself. No one is going to push your growth the way that you push your growth, okay? And that is something that I'm focusing on in 2024. Then inside of this book, it has you rate where you are with certain things. Y'all, there were some things that I definitely did not get highly rated on that are some performance improvement for me for 2024. So as you begin to plan out what your 2024 is looking like, be very specific about what things you are looking to manifest. Like, if you want to make a certain amount of money, put that number down. If you want to be doing a certain thing, be very specific. If you want to travel more, be specific about that. Have faith in yourself to write that thing down and really live it and really focus on making it happen. one of the things that I have looked at is like the people who do their before and after photos, like especially to the same song. And I'm like, golly, like these people had a lot of faith in themselves in order to know that they were going to manifest this so they could finish the end of this song with their bodies being something that isn't after or is part of their journey. Have that faith in yourself. I picked this up, and it's funny because I picked this up on Saturday before we went to church on Sunday and before we got that message. And this is a necklace that was passed down to me by my great grandmother. And it says, for Veronica, this was Mother Offers, and that is my great grandmother's name. And the inside of it is this necklace. I was really trying to put it on because I was like, man, I have this necklace. I would like to wear it because it's super old. So, you know, it's like good gold. And so inside of this little heart is a mustard seed. And in the inscription right here, it says, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, nothing shall be impossible unto you. And that, of course, is Matthew 17:20. And I thought that that was just so timely and so appropriate because going into 2024, one of the main underlying goals of mine is to really focus on my faith in myself to be able to manifest the things that I know that I can do. I really want to be putting myself out there more and be more consistent with, of course, content creation. But more importantly, I want to be more consistent in walking in my gift, even during the times where it feels like it's inconvenient for me. So with that, I hope that you take some time to take a look at what 2024, the end of the year, is going to look like for you so that you can be that specific about what you're seeking to manifest. Because baby, Friday, we are going to be doing our manifestation boards. Now, what I'm going to do on Friday is I'm going to show you how you can just build it out in Canva. If you're like, look, I'm trying to be a little bit more green, or I don't really have magazines around me that I feel like will be able to kind of capture what I want to do. I'm going to show you how I build them out on Canva and how you can order it as a foam board and then go ahead and really like mount it on in a space that you're going to be able to see. So with that, that concludes day 20 of Vlogmas. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. There's only 4 more days left, friends, and that's it. I hope that you have been finding this content really useful, that you go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, as well as share. All right, friends, I will catch you all tomorrow.